Let's talk about something that drives pretty much everyone crazy. It's a daily thing. You get an email for an event you actually care about, a webinar, a sale, whatever, and you think, okay, I need to remember this. So you go to add it to your calendar, and that's exactly where everything falls apart. It's time to fix that.
This quote just nails it, doesn't it? We get these emails constantly, and they're all trying to do one simple thing: get an event onto our schedule. And, as we all know from experience, they almost always fail.
And that failure, it leads to something the creators of this whole solution have a perfect name for: the email death march. It's a journey we've all been on, whether we like it or not.
I mean, this looks painfully familiar, right? Because that first attempt to get on your calendar failed, the organizer has no choice but to just bombard you. It's this endless stream of reminders for an event that's just floating around in your inbox, completely unanchored to your actual schedule. All they can do is hope one of these emails lands at the exact moment you're free.
Okay, so why is the system so fundamentally broken? Let's really dig into the failure of that little button that promises so much: the Add to Calendar button.
This is the obstacle course we all have to run. You have that initial spark of interest, so you click, but then, boom, you hit a wall. Which button is it? Google? Outlook? iCal? You click Google, and then you realize, oh great, I'm logged into my personal account, not my work one. Every single one of these steps is another chance to just kill that initial interest and make you give up.
And the result of that whole frustrating journey, it is just staggering. You know, in the marketing world, if you get a 5% success rate on something like this, you're a hero. But let's flip that around. That means 95% of the people who literally raised their hand and said, yes, I'm interested, they got lost. They just disappeared somewhere in that broken process. That is a mind-boggling amount of wasted interest.
So what if you could just bypass this entire broken system? Well, that's the big idea behind this radically simple solution. It's what you'd call a headless approach.
So what on earth does headless mean? Well, instead of sending you to some other clunky website or making you fill out a form, it works inside the calendar system you already know and trust. Your own calendar becomes the interface. The tool just does the work in the background, which means no new forms, no weird logins, and no confusing permission hurdles to jump through.
Just look at the difference here, side by side. We go from that old world of friction and errors and dead ends to a new process that is just elegant and, most importantly, it's reliable. It's one click and bam, the event is on the calendar you're already using. It just works.
But here's where it gets really interesting. This simple fix isn't just about fixing a button. It actually builds into a much, much bigger idea: seeing the calendar itself as a brand new, powerful communication channel.
This is the big mind shift right here. Think about it. We think of an email as the message, not our inbox, right? A text is the message, not the messaging app. So in the exact same way, we should start seeing the calendar invite as the core piece of communication, not just some static entry in our calendar app.
That invite creates what the inventors call a container of time. As soon as someone accepts, the organizer now has this direct, dedicated, and dynamic link to a person who has explicitly said, hey, I'm interested. You have my permission to communicate with me around this specific slice of my time.
And because this link is live, the event on your calendar can actually evolve. So an organizer can add an agenda the day before. They could push a real-time notification during the event, like, say, a coupon code for a flash sale. And they can update the invite with a link to the recording after it's all over. And guess what? Anyone who said yes or maybe gets all these updates automatically.
Okay, this all sounds really cool and elegant, but can it actually work at the scale of the internet? The answer is a resounding yes, because it was built from the ground up to be a data and messaging solution. Get this number, over 800. That represents the entire schedule of events for the NBA. Using this system, one person took all 800 plus games, processed them, and got them ready for calendar invites in just 3 hours. While sitting on their couch, that's the power you get when you treat this like a data problem, not a web page problem.
Now let's zoom out and think about the market for a second. We're talking trillions, with a T, of marketing emails sent every single year. And you could easily argue that at least half of them are, at their very core, requests for your time. Flash sales, webinar announcements, event promotions, it's a massive, massive opportunity that's been totally underserved.
And this solution isn't just for one type of user either. It scales beautifully across what you can think of as a layer cake of the market.
It works for an individual who's just organizing a few events a month, all the way up to an agency managing thousands of events for clients, and even a global brand that needs to send millions of invites to its fans.
And that really brings us to this final, kind of wild thought. The most incredible thing here is that the tools we need to fix this entire broken system, they aren't new. They're the multi-billion-dollar, beautifully designed calendar apps we already use every single day. The solution isn't another app to download. It's about finally unlocking the hidden power of the tools that have been in our pockets all along.